Hello and welcome to the very first episode of Womansplain. My name is Ivette Lopez and I'm here with my co-host
Darlene Lopez, no relation.
Woo woo! How you doing,
I'm good.
By the way, I call Darlene by her Instagram handle, Instadar, like 75% of the time.
Okay.
It's just
That is my
handle.
Instagram.
No, it's such a good handle though.
It is. I couldn't find a good one for Twitter.
Yeah.
But I have a good one for Venmo, which is Darmo. Just saying.
You're so fucking
So
great.
find me sometime.
Oh my gosh. Well, guys, in this podcast, we are going to be explaining to you guys basically everything womanhood. How would you describe this podcast, Darlene?
I want to say it's everything that you might go through as a woman. So anything from dating to just like real life encounters, non-sexual. And just putting like the actual female twist on it. It doesn't need to be like the opposite of mansplaining, but it's just truly womansplaining.
Yeah, totally. So for today's episode, we kind of wanted to talk about one very universal truth,
That
Darlene.
every woman knows.
Yes.
And that's that the friend zone doesn't exist because, well, you're ugly. You're fucking ugly.
Real talk. So, Darlene, should we backtrack a little bit and just explain a little bit about ourselves? Like, let's talk about how we even got to this concept of like, because you're ugly.
Okay, so just a little background. So I am in a relationship after being single for 6 years.
Yes.
And that's been a great 6 years. I'm not gonna lie. I was single from the time I was 20, late 20, until now that I'm almost 28. I'm with a darling man named Francisco. We'll talk about him in later episodes. The Pancho. And he's great. He's salt of the earth, as Yvette
Salt
says.
of the earth. Yes, the Pancho.
But it's kind of a new experience, and luckily I think I'm mature enough as an adult that I'm not abusive to him as much as I would like to think that I am. It can get there though. Don't worry, we go in on each other.
I just pulled a French Montana.
But in the 6 years that I was single, I was dating a lot in San Diego, mostly in San Diego, and I would obviously Tinder. And there's kind of like I think some things, great lessons that I learned that helped me to just self-preserve and to remain whole and just kind of like operate through the dating world without being, I guess was an oppressed being. But just being true to myself, whatever I wanted, I was able to kind of just do it. And I think it's just like a simple form of like being true to yourself.
Yeah, totally.
And that's when I realized that like sometimes some guys are really like crying about the friend zone and that girls like jerks. And the truth is that you're ugly.
And we'll explain that a little bit better in a few minutes.
Yeah.
And I am on the totally opposite side of this. So I was in a fucking crazy ass relationship for officially 5 years, but a total of 7 years of just mindfuckery after mindfuckery after mindfuckery. So now Instadar over here is like, girl, like get it together, right? And so it's really interesting how our roles are swapped. Darlene and I go to grad school together, and she's been an amazing colleague and classmate and friend. So we were like, dude, like let's just start this podcast. It's gonna be so fucking awesome.
Yeah. No, it's good to share some like words of wisdom, just kind of understand. Like sometimes I think as women we're taught to not trust our intuition as much because the man. But I think that intuition is there, and it's a good thing to talk about because I mean sometimes guys are just fucking ugly.
Yeah, no, totally. No, seriously. So this is what happened. So the story of because you're ugly. So literally, I don't know what it is about men, Dar, but
they're all ugly. Okay.
No, there's some of them are actually really, really.
No, they are.
No. But so as soon as like my ex was like completely out of my life and out of everything,
things got less ugly.
Things got a little less ugly. All of a sudden, like all these dudes like start sliding into my DMs, and I'm like, what in the actual fuck? It's like in the Twilight Zone. Because let me tell you guys, okay? Darlene is like, dude, like you need to fucking stop crucifying yourself. But let me tell you, okay? Mm-hmm. Like I'm just a little chubby Mexican girl. Like I keep it real. You feel me? And like all these fucking dudes like are sliding into my DMs and shit. And Darlene's like, dude, like fucking get used to it. Like this shit's gonna happen.
Absolutely. Click, click.
And I'm over here like, dude, like, I kind of just want to be your friend. Like, I don't know. Like, blah, 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 blah. And Darlene's like, bitch, why you frontin'?
Get some free dinner out of it. Okay.
And I'm like, no. But Darlene's like, bitch, why are you fronting? You know that you would be dating all of these guys, but you're not because they are ugly. And I was like, holy shit. Because, like, let's keep it real. If Brad Pitt was fucking, well, maybe not Brad Pitt. Actually, he's like,
come on.
Yeah, no, he's too old.
I say like Hugh Jackman as like Wolverine. Like there's some sex appeal there when he's a Jean Grey. I don't care about him normally, but when he has that connection with Jean Grey, I'm like, oh my God, the chemistry. I feel almost like bashful to watch it. That's how I depict sexy.
Who else would be like? I feel like even Hugh is a little bit
older.
Old.
Would you like?
I don't know.
Who's sexy to you?
I'm into like black British guys, so I don't know.
Oh, Idris Elba. Idris. Elba, I would do him. He's great.
I don't know. Even still, he's still like a silver fox. I don't know.
Maybe I'm just like I'm. What is it? I'm aging with Hollywood.
Yeah, I think you are. Are you like into silver?
Like,
are we like having a revelation right now? Like
no.
silver foxes?
I know. Well, the Bay has like some white hair, and I caught him yeah. One time he like I was like there were some splotches in the bathroom, and I've noticed them for a while. I'm like, these are from hair dye, and I asked him. He's like, yeah, I dyed my hair before. I'm like, don't do that again because I feel like I'm dating a woman.
Shut the fuck up.
But you know, every man's allowed to dye his hair, but it's all good. But he dyed his hair like once or twice just because he felt some way about like the white hair. I find it sexy, and I like him. He grew his hair out. He used to have like that, like kind of a fade / the hair on top would be come to the front, like a little like
time out.
Doug.
It's either a fade or it's not.
No, it's partial fade. I guess I don't know what it's called up the sides of the head. Can producer Alex? What do you call that? The side of the head shave.
So you have your fade and your taper. Hi, good afternoon. My name is Alex Ramirez, and here we are joined to live.
That's our producer, guys. Click, click.
So fade, fade is when like your hair fades into the rest of your hair. So like you start from bald or a little bit of hair, and then you fade it out to the rest. Like
right. That's what he had. Yeah. Taper, not so much. But then I had him like grow it out. He did like the side part / side comb over, and then he had to get a taper in the back, and like the white's coming in, and I find it kind of sexy, like the dark,
like the darker the ganas.
The salt and pepper, but a little bit more pepper than salt. That's what I like.
Exfil said a little more pepper than salt.
Shit, because we don't need to get salty up in here.
Oh, man. No,
but
how do we
someone's sexy. I guess Channing Tatum is sexy to Hollywood. Oh, any one of the Chris's. Chris Pratt, Chris Evans.
Chris Pratt.
I'm a Chris Pratt fan. I don't know about the fire crotch, but I fuck with some Chris Pratt. I fuck with some Chris Pratt. Star-Lord and shit. I'm good. I'm good.
No, but... yeah, so then Instadar was like, dude, Yvette, like, why are you fronting? Why you fucking lying? She's
why
like...
you always lying? Mm-hmm.
She was like, if this guy was motherfucking Chris Pratt, your ass, like, your panties or whatever, like, they would have been off.
They would have been, like, down the street.
And I was like...
catching the bus.
And like, the integral person in me wants to be like, no, like, I'm just not ready. And I'm not gonna lie, like, I'm definitely not. But you have to be honest and realistic with yourself. Ladies, let's be honest and realistic with yourselves. You just got out of a fucking crazy relationship. Do you give the time of day to that Chris Pratt doppelganger?
Look, I will say this. I used to know someone that hoed out a lot.
Okay.
And he told me the best way to get over somebody is to get under somebody new.
That's kind of messy, though.
But to me, I'm all about like the whole like let me heal on my own. I don't need anyone to help me heal. Yeah. I need to do me. But I will say this: I went through a crazy breakup. I was 20. He was 27. He knew better. He fucking knew better. And so I was like emotionally wrecked and whatever. And so I dated for a long time. I dated a lot of guys, but I never really slept with a lot of them. Unless it was really a connection that was like years later. So for me, it was kind of like, can I have a good time with them? And if I'm not hurting anyone's heart, am I able to basically, like have a good time with them, let them know. Like if you're trying to fall in love, like, excuse me, I'm not there, but we can keep this going. We can hang out once in a while. We can go drinking together. We can go do stuff. It's all great. But as long as you know that I'm not looking for that right now, we're good. you know? And based off of that, just having that open conversation, guys love that shit. I'm not gonna lie, they just love the respect, and they love that, you know, I'm gonna go this far. It's not gonna go past that, but like, let's have a great time in between that. I'm not expecting anything from you. You're not expecting anything from me. And I will tell you, I've had great Tinder dates. I had like over 20 different guys that I've met, and I had 7 dates in 7 days before. It was exhausting.
It's like it's like the second coming of Jesus. I had 7 Tinder dates in 7 days.
Dates in 7 days. No condoms, no sex. But I'll tell you, like, I had a great time with, I mean, each and every one of them, because even if I knew I was going to marry them, it was a great time, and it was on their tab.
No, you know.
So that was poor. Shit, I'm so poor now, but damn it.
No, Instadar. But seriously, you're literally the only, well, you're not the only person to tell me that special. They've had really good experiences on Tinder. But I feel like you have really solid advice for Tinder dating that I'm like, oh shit, like I never thought about it that like that, because people are like, oh, Tinder's trash, like it's just for hookups.
Yeah, it's just for hookups.
Blah, blah.
And I'm like, you gotta let them know. If you let them know that you're not DTF, they respect that. They stay out of your inbox.
Well, you kind of went into like the checklist that you should have for Tinder. You were like full picture, like full body picture. Like there was a couple of
standards.
No. You dropped some like solid knowledge on me, and I was like, oh shit, like okay, like this actually makes sense.
So let me go over what I did. So. Let me take a deep breath here.
Are you opening your Tinder, bitch? Like, what are you doing? No,
it's still off the...
I'm texting Buncho right now.
No, Buncho's about to swipe me up. No, this is my thing. I always copy-paste my old bios because I would change them out. But this was my Tinder went as follows. I went through a checklist, so it was easy, something that, like, grabbed your attention. This is probably why I'm in PR right now. So I started, and I'll read it to you.
Okay.
You swipe to my Tinder, and it says, we're talking about the Catalina wine mixer here. That's a Step Brothers.
Oh, shit. Okay. Damn.
Line from Step Brothers.
Damn, girl. Okay.
Swipe left if you're A, shallow, B, just DTF, C, a picky eater, or D, a sender of dick pics.
I feel like C should have been your first.
A picky eater is the worst.
Like, that's the fucking worst.
But hold on, but shallow people suck.
No, but you know what? A picky eater sucks even more. You feel me?
That's true, because at least I can eat and drown out your sorrows. And then I wrote, swipe right if you're A, interested in intellectual convo, because I'm slightly a hipster millennial. B, a fan of laughing. Or C, respectful. Manners, gentlemen. And I said passions include movie quotes, pump and iron, because at the time I used to go to the gym, traveling, Jesus, feeling the burn, because I still feel it now. And
the burn as in BERN, ladies and gentlemen.
Bernie Sanders, my dude. Anyway, and writing about myself in bullet format. And I said, lastly, do not contact me on Instagram. If we do not match, don't force it. Seriously, I will ignore you.
Wait, why did you feel the need to make that disclaimer?
I'll tell you why. And this is me being like feminista. So, this is the way I see it. You can integrate your Instagram into your Tinder profile. Right?
Yeah.
And that's great because it asks for visibility. You're kind of...
I haven't done that.
You're trusting the Tinder, program and you're getting results because you can see their Tinder, their Instagram, you can see theirs, whatever. So, and that way you're kind of like, it's like a share of faith. You're like, hey, this is my life, whatever. If you like it, if you're digging it, swipe right. That doesn't mean contact me on there because at the same time that opens you up to having people know your username and DM you through that. And I feel like trust the system and respect the system. If someone's not interested...
Respect the system.
Yes, respect the system, damn it. Like, if they're not interested in you, like, if you guys can't... If homeboy cannot message you through Tinder, it's because you have not matched because you don't like him. He doesn't like you. Or you haven't stumbled upon each other's profiles yet. Trust the system.
Wait, time out.
Because,
So you had guys hitting you up on Instagram before you had them hitting you up on Tinder?
Yes.
And then later you matched up on Tinder?
Right. Or sometimes I wouldn't match up on Tinder. They'd be like, hey, like I saw you on Tinder. You seem really interesting. Like, I just wanted to talk to you, whatever. And I'm like, dude, trust the system. If we didn't match, it's for a reason. Either I don't see you or I don't fuck with you. So, like, why are you bypassing the system and violating that trust that I put into there?
Damn, dog, you bypassing the system.
Yeah, trust the system because either I like you or I don't, but respect the fact that I may not like you. Why are you trying to go up and meet me halfway bullshit when it's not even halfway? It's like
so it's guys that you like. Wait, is swipe left the rejects or swipe
left
right?
Is the rejects.
Okay, so the rejects would hit you up on Instagram essentially.
Sometimes, yeah. Or I'm like, fool, I haven't even seen you yet. Well, we have mutual friends. I thought we had mutual friends, and No.
I honestly,
Like,
I'm so fucking confused as to what that means. Like, what does that mean? Like, first connection, second connection, or
First connection is when you guys share a mutual friend.
like, oh, like we know somebody.
Like, let's say we know, Second connection is like we know somebody that knows somebody. And I think after that, it's just like LinkedIn. Or I think maybe even second connection is LinkedIn. I'm not sure. But the point of it is like to me, I'm like, dude, like, respect the system.
Respect the system.
Respect the system because it's put in place to vet motherfuckers like you out or you in.
Oh,
like, why are you trying to go above and beyond and bypass shit? Like, respect the fact that, bitch, let a woman pick you.
Have you ever tried Bumble?
I tried it for a second. I felt like it was all white guys, and not that that's not my color. That it is my lack of color.
Actually, ironically, our homeboy, we won't say his name on the air, but our homeboy swears by Bumble.
Oh yeah, we do have a homeboy. He happens to be Caucasian,
Caucasian,
and he does. But you know what? I feel like because he's a young working professional.
Shout out to our homie. You know who you is, boo. You know
Money
who
Honey.
you is.
See Money Honey. That's a little shout out that he came up for himself. Because you know a brown person did not come up with the word See Money Honey.
Hey, See Money Honey. We got to change your nickname, dog.
But you know, to finish up though, my Tinder profile said, "Think we can share some laughs?" ? Swipe right. Wink. And or a little kissy face. And that's how it started. And my picture, I would try to. Oh my god, I had so many. If I had more data, I would download the whole Tinder app again, but that's disrespectful.
She said if I had more data.
Yeah, but you can't access the App Store when you are just on your own service, you know? But I'll say this, like, I had so many guys, and I only had one bad date. And the guy was just kind of a dick. I was not feeling with it. It was cool. Besides that, I had so many dates. They were great guys. They were all interested in, you know, hanging out again. They weren't all sexual. Some of them were like, hey, I just, like, you know, if you were in a serious relationship, what would you think if, like, they were, like, running stories. Oh, I have a great story, though.
Okay, tell it.
Yes. I have a great story. This is a story. Oh, God damn it.
Sorry, Punch.
So, no.
Hold on,
Punch,
I gotta open up some
better.
drink here. I gotta open up some
Punch
drink.
Needs some drink. You guys want some marshmallows in that
we need some marshmallow and some Diet Coke.
And some Diet Coke. And some pear cider.
Do you guys hear that?
You're about to get all that head on that Bud Light, though. For real.
It's Diet Coke, dog. What are you talking about?
So, one time, I matched this guy named Sergio.
I have a Theo named Sergio.
You know, and he was cool. He had his bachelor's from, like, some CSU. I think Pomona. Oh. And then he went to, like, University of Phoenix or some shit, or Azusa Pacific for his master's, you know?
Can I interject for a second?
Go ahead.
Never go to a fucking university with a commercial. Like, if your school has Lil Bow Wow fucking vouching for your college
up in here.
Like, don't fucking go. It's a trap. Like the meme, it's a trap. It's a trap. Just don't do it. If it has a commercial, don't do it. Okay, continue.
Trap College. Brought to you by Trap College. No. So what happened was, Sergio was a great guy. And at the time, I had a weird emotional thing going on with some other guy whose name will not be said, but, you know, whatever.
Voldemort.
He was my gym trainer. Anyway, and that ended and whatever. So I was kind of like reeling from it. It was like a slap to the face. I was like, I'm tripping. So I went on a date with this guy, and it was a great time. And the first time I went on a date, he was going like shot for shot. Now, again.
Wait, what do you mean?
I'll tell you what it is. Mama didn't raise no bitch. Okay? So if a grown man's going to be like, oh, you want to take a shot? Yes, I want to take a shot. You want to take another shot? I'm going to take another shot. Bitch.
I'll take two, motherfucker.
Yes, and we're going to end up with some grapefruit shandies because I got to drive in the morning. But you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not going to go and be like, oh, I'll have one glass of wine and then, no, I want to drink two and on your dime. Oh, that's what it is. So we went like shot for shot. We met up the Monday of Memorial Day weekend. 2014.
That's a holy day, dog.
That is, I mean, for the white people.
Yeah. For the white people.
For the brown people, it's like, so am I not going to work? Or am I going to work?
The bank's not open. I'm not working either.
That's true. But my dad be working, though. My dad be via money services to Latin America and Mexico.
Yes,
you know what
my dad owns a small office.
Shout out to brown dads that be working all the time.
Shout out to the Lopez dads.
You know what? Commercial break right quick. My dad's in Peru right now. My dad's 71. God bless his heart. He's retired. Mm-hmm. He just sold one of his little businesses here. He had money and courier service to Latin America for many years in San Diego, and he had 3 branches. Busted his ass. Got a nice little house out there. And then he bought an electronics repair place. He sold that. And now he just called me. He's like, hey, because he's from the Amazons of Peru. He's not from Lima like my mom is. He's from the Amazons where it's like green for like miles.
So your mom is a chica fina de ciudad, and your dad's like, what's
my dad's
good?
Like, like blowing like little darts out of his little pipe. Nah, he's not. He's not indigenous. Unfortunately, he's mostly white, which is unfortunate also. But
unfortunately,
but he told me, he's like, you know what I'm gonna do? He's like, I'm gonna open up a beauty salon. I'm like, what the fuck? What? He's like, yeah. He's like, there's a beauty salon. He's like, it's good business here in the little city that I'm in. I'm gonna invest in a beauty salon. I'm like, you know what?
In Peru,
in the Amazon area. There's like little towns up there.
Sounds brilliant.
Yeah, it does, because bitches want to get their hair pressed and laid up in the Amazon.
Yes.
For the next 20 minutes until the rain comes through.
Our producer's going crazy. Like, he loves it. Hold on.
Because he's always fucking...
Green ass weave, and it costs a lot of money.
Green ass weave, long ass weave. Have you heard that song? Long ass weave, and it costs a lot of money.
he's getting... So, again, my dad is a cute little man, and... So that's what he's doing and stuff like that. So anyway, going back to the original story. So, and I forgot how we got here. Anyway,
what were we talking about? I forgot what we were talking about. Sergio.
So we went tit for tat. We were drinking. I'm like, yeah, okay. So it's the Memorial Day weekend. It's Monday night. He's like, let's meet at this place called Las Hadas in San Diego, which means the ferries. Which is like this cool little bar. Latinos go there and stuff like that. You know, we're drinking. Then we go to this other place called, I think it was Barley Mash or Whiskey Girl in the Gaslamp Quarter. You know, you hoes know. And so,
Okay.
So we're drinking and we were like going tit for tat, whatever. And he got super drunk. We like make out the whole night. It was like, oh, it was a great time.
Yeah.
And then take him home. And then the next day, like, you know, he's into me. He wants to hit me up. He wants to go out, you know.
Course,
so we go out a week or so or two later. You know, because I was still kind of going through it then I went through it with the gym trainer and it was an issue. So I meet up with this guy, Sergio. He's a sweetheart. We go out to brunch. We like sit down. I tell him like, you know, I'm just going through stuff, whatever. We end up like going to like one of these little like pools, like water pools in San Diego. If anyone's been to the downtown San Diego Marina area, there's these cute little water pools you can wade through. He massages my feet.
What do you mean? There's just like these pools that you can just go to?
There's like man-made like little like pools, like glass.
Like a lake, dog? Or
not
what?
like a lake. It's not like a lake.
Like
it's like a pool. Like a literal pool, but it's like water
like there's chlorine.
Yeah, like little spray water jets and like fountains.
I love chlorine.
And you can walk there, and you can walk through there and stuff like that. And it's free. And like, you know, we'll go sometime. It's near the Embarcadero.
Let's go.
And he massages my feet. I'm like, oh, this guy like super
shit.
digs me because my
He's
feet
a
are not
keeper.
that cute. My feet aren't ugly, but they're not cute. And I'm just like,
No, that's a fucking keeper, dog.
Nah, so you know what I did? I didn't keep them. Oh, this is what happened. So
clearly,
he's like, you know what? I'm really serious about you. Why don't you come over to my place for dinner? You know, I'm moving out soon, but like, come to my place for dinner. I'll make us dinner. We'll chill. So I'm like, all right, cool. I go to his house for dinner, right? And
I'm so fucking scared.
We smoke a little weed, okay? So I'm chilling. And if for anyone that doesn't like weed, fuck you. No, I'm kidding. No. No. You know what it is? It's a SoCal way of life. It's a California way of life.
No, but you know what? I used to be very anti-weed. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, some people are very anti-weed.
But I mean, I already explained to you.
I just feel like, you know, it's an herbal thing. Don't do it every day. Or if you do it every day, don't make it your life. Don't wear the socks. Don't have the tattoo.
No.
But, you know, if you do have a job, you know, fuck it. Whatever.
But going off on a little tangent, I used to be very anti-weed because I had to babysit a 220-pound fucking grown-ass man.
Or baby, whatever.
And I couldn't essentially be myself and, like, be the boss-ass bitch that I am. So
sometimes you can be really high.
Yeah.
Let's keep it real here. You can be really high. I choose not to be that high because I got to drive all the time. But
and we have jobs and
I have to have a job to be I got to, you know, be a role model.
Disclaimer, we're not potheads. But
no, not at all. Anyway, but at the time I got really high. So the thing is, this guy was like, he was Panamanian and Mexican. He was Afro-Latino.
Ooh, okay.
And he was just surfing. His name was, you know, Sergio, and he was, you know, whatever. But he, like, didn't know Spanish, and then, like, sometimes he would, like, totally talk like a surfer. Oh, and I was like, okay, that's fine. But then he would, like, mansplain shit in the nicest way. And I'm like, yeah, bro, like, don't do that. I forgot what he did one time because I just warped it out of my memory. But, like, he tried to mansplain simple shit like wine or something, like just like, yeah, that's like Chardonnay. I'm like, no, don't do that again because you're just stupid right now.
Like that light is red and that means stop.
Yeah, and you're like kind of ugly, so whatever. So anyway, so I go to his house and we smoke a little bit, and then he starts cooking, and he's cooking like chicken with bell peppers.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say, what did he cook?
I'm needing some garlic in this. He put salt and pepper only. I'm like, I need some garlic up in here, and I'm trying to teach him like, hey, you want me to teach you how to? No, it's all good. Okay, whatever, right?
Oh, I hate it when guys can't cook.
So then hold on. So then I smoke a little bit. I'm a little high. I'm a little paranoid, and my sister is like, I text my sister. I'm like, yo, I think this guy like wants to like hook up or something, but I thought he was a really sweet guy. He would like wanted more.
I mean, his name is Sergio.
Hold on. I'm not gonna say his last name, but it's the last name of a car. So it's an American
Acura.
I wish, homie. Hey. So anyway, so my sister's like, dude, he's totally gonna try to do it with you. Like, you went to his house. Like, yo, you better get ready for that. I'm like, nah, I'm not down. So I'm like, no. I'm telling her, I'm like, no, dude. It gets better. I'm like, no, he's not like that. He really likes me. He's really sweet. She's like, nah, whatever. She's like, you're high right now. He got you all high, dude. You're gonna totally do it. I'm like, nah, I'm not even that down because he's kind of ugly, and I'm not really into that. But he's sweet. I'll give him a chance. He wants to cook for me. Of course, I'm gonna take the fajitas and tacos, even though I need some limon and some ajo. So, much to my dismay, you'd find out that I'm like, hey, I got super high and I'm waiting for them to make the tacos. And I was like, can I use your restroom? He's like, yeah. I'm like, cool, I gotta take a whiz. I go to the bathroom. I close the door. I lock it. Take down the pants. Open up the toilet seat. You know what I find in the toilet?
Oh my God, what did you find?
A tuft of pubic hair. Burnt. This fool shaved his pubes because he thought he was going to get some. And he didn't have enough flush power in that toilet to take the whole fluff down. So the whole time I saw, and I was like, this hair does not grow on a chin. Okay? I saw the tuft of hair, and I knew, like, this fool was trying to fuck. Nah, I couldn't do it.
What if he was just manscaping?
I don't know how he shaved it. Maybe like a normal trimmer, and then he thought he was all that.
What if he was just manscaping?
Yeah, because he was expecting something.
Maybe he was just going on a very long bike ride the next day.
Nah, fools don't bike ride in San Diego like they do in LA. What the fuck? What do you think this is? Ciclavia? Like, get out of here. Ciclavia. No. People don't cycle and shit like that in the middle of the week in San Diego. We got shit to do.
Oh, wait, what day was this?
This was like a Sunday night.
Oh, it was a Monday. Memorial Day, you said? Monday.
No, that was after, because of the first Memorial Day, we fucked that up, and, like, we just drank too much. So it was like a weekend night, but I had to get home soon. So I saw the tuft of fur pubes, and I was like, nah, I gotta cut. Disgusting. And so I was like, oh, let's just, I had to, like, play it off. I'm, like, eating some tacos. I'm like, yeah, I gotta go soon. I was, like, sobering up in my head, because I'm like, oh, shit. And then he was like, oh, yeah, you know how I'm moving out soon? He's like, does your dad have, like, one of those, like, dollies to, like, pick stuff up? I'm like, yeah. He's like, okay, then it's agreed. You're gonna help me move out? I was like, what the hell?
Time out.
This was trying to catch me in that labor shit. Like, I'm not gonna help you move out. Fool, yeah, I don't know you. So I was like, yeah, I'll let you know. I then avoided his text messages and his voicemails. And
did you ghost him?
I did ghost him. I will tell you, I ghosted him. The tuft of pubes was crazy. The ugly face, and then just like he was expecting too much after I told him I was emotionally unavailable.
Question. Since the title of the segment is called "Because You're Ugly,"
yes.
Had he looked like Chris Pratt? If you had
now
been
you gotta look darker than that, homie.
No. If you had been looking at Chris Pratt's pubes, would you have proceeded?
I think I would have been like, "Why are they red?" No, not Chris Pratt.
You're so full of shit.
If he was, you know what it is? I'm also really like emotionally conservative with the pee, so I don't like give it up just for anybody. I have to make sure that we're like emotionally invested in it equally because I'm the type that like I like to give it to someone I care for.
True.
You know?
No, I totally agree.
One night stands aside, I like to care for somebody when I, throw it at them one time.
Yeah, no, too.
If I bust it open one time, or two.
R-E-S-P-E-C-T, no, dog.
Or if a bunch of like numerous infinity times. Infinite.
We gotta go there. We gotta go there, dog.
Sidewards 8.
I still gotta go to bonfires with Poncho and shit, dog. Like
bonfire. Yeah, well, you have to look at him like this fool's getting the pee.
Like, damn.
No, he's sweet. He might get the pee tonight though.
What?
It's been a while. But we'll talk about that later. He's gonna kill me right now. He can't listen to this. Luckily, he's not on any social media.
Poncho, do not listen to this, please.
God bless that guy.
Please. I love
Break Time
Poncho.
Ramos 91 on Instagram.
I think I went on his profile the other day, and I think he had like 14 friends. I was like, Darlene, shout him out, please.
No, he doesn't. I will tag him and be like, I love you, like sweetheart, and like kisses and man crush Mondays, and he's like, yeah, it's because he's a very simple man. He has simple tastes. He's like, he could live off barbecue all day for the rest of his life. I'm like, please have some quinoa.
I'm a simple man too, dog. In that case, I can live off of tri-tip.
But anyway, going back to it. So yeah, it was because he was ugly, and then the pubes just threw me off. That was the biggest. He was so burnt. I'm like, that was so bad.
Oh no.
So bad.
So how much do you think gorgeous men can get away with? Because like honestly, everything. I mean, Instadart. This is going to be like an advice show mainly for me. Because I need to get my ass back. I mean, our producer Alex also agrees that I just need to like get out there and like live life and do this. But honestly, I'm just like, you know what I mean?
No, I think you know what it is. To me, I've never been the type to have like some like social plot to be like, okay, I'm gonna catch him in a lie or I'm gonna do this. Like people try to like have plots when they catch dudes or when they catch girls like in dates. I was more concerned with like, am I using the right fork? Am I being polite? Like, am I being myself? Am I representing myself in the best way? Because like when I meet a guy, I already know. Okay, chances are I'm not gonna let you fuck on the first night. I'm not gonna let you do shit. You might not be the one, but you know what? Can we have a good time? And can I be the best person of my own ability? So a lot of the times when I would approach dating, it was like a diagnostic run. Like how much am I over my ex and how much am I like doing me and how much am I like being positive and not being like bitter? That's how I took it.
So, okay, so you're saying that as you were dating other people, you were like prognosticating, like, okay, like how much am I over my ex? So basically like you were getting over your ex as you were dating. So would you recommend people that just got out of like almost decade-long relationships to just like...
I would say if you're at the point where you're feeling positive, if you're not like, I just need someone to talk to and I just want to cry. No, don't do it. Call your homie, call your nearest homie. Yes, call your nearest homie.
I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've called Alex and Darlene just like, yo.
Upset.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, let's just go have a Starbucks.
Yeah, but you know what it is? Look, I had a friend a long time ago that taught me the following. She's like, we were in our early 20s, we were in college, and she's like, you're not going to find the one for you right now, probably. She's like, but, let a guy love you. Just wait. Let him love you. Just let him know.
Calm down, Mario. Oh, you should let me love you. Let me be the one to give you everything you want.
No, well, not everything, because, dudes can't afford
not
that.
everything,
Can
not
you afford
everything.
the USC price tag? No, but you know what it is? Like, let them love you. Let a guy be close to you. Sometimes guys, I'm telling you, I swear on my life, I've had guys say, you know what? A guy should want to take a girl. A guy should want to spend money on a girl. And I've had guys be like, nah, unless it's like half and half, whatever. Let a guy enjoy time with you. But let him know, like, I'm not looking for anything serious right now, or like, I'm not even trying to fuck right now. I'm just trying to have a good time, because the right guy will do for you what you want to do.
Okay, and because I feel like women have this question. I mean, at least I do. Maybe I'm just like super green. But what exactly does a fun time entail? Is it just like fucking bowling? Is it fucking picking dandelions? Is it like...
No, it's up
taking
to you.
off your pants? Like, what, like for you, like if someone tells me I just want to have a good time, like for me, automatically I'm like, oh, like you want to bang.
Nah. I'm a dynamic woman. So
I'm a deep woman.
I would have guys that like would want to go out and like we'd go and get like super smashed at a bar and then walk to Petco Park in San Diego.
So fun.
And watch a game. Petco Park in San Diego. Okay. It's like the biggest baseball park in San Diego. Well, it's the only baseball park in San Diego. It's beautiful. So we'd go there on a Sunday. We get smashed at the Tin Fish or whatever that's just called. And then we'd go and like watch a game, drink some like Bud Light, some Limerita bullshit, have a great time. And then
I love Limeritas.
The strawberry ones are bomb and the margaritas.
I like the lime ones.
I'm all right. But the point is they would be free. Because I was on a budget, man. I had to do shit. Anyway, or there was a time where, I had someone I really cared about as a friend and as a peer, a male peer, and like we'd go to Barnes and Nobles and then we'd go eat, and when we were at Barnes and Nobles, we'd be like fishing through books and like getting some good stuff.
Barnes and Nobles. It's all about that. What was the other one?
Borders is closed, fool. Borders is closed, fool. Come on, get out of the Fresno life.
Hey, don't hate on Fresno. I'm gonna have to shank your ass.
Well, do they have a Borders? Hell no, because nowhere else in the world is there a Borders.
But you know what? Borders had the best fucking hot chocolate ever.
You just are out of control.
No, Borders had the best fucking hot chocolate. R.I.P. Borders. Anyway, continue. Sorry.
Yeah. Hence why we would go to Barnes and Nobles, or we go to a couple bookstores, like controversial bookstores in the North Park area of San Diego, or we'd just be fishing for new places, and there'd be other guys I'd go with that, we'd go to, there's this place that serves like waffle sandwiches in San Diego and like beers, and we'd do trivia night, and it was a great time. There'd be people there's people that you can get super like tanked with and go and party with, and there's people that you can do drugs with, unfortunately or fortunately, whatever. And there's people
whatever
you can go
you're
with.
into, whatever you're into.
You can go to a lecture, you can go to a panel like with Francisco Pancho. Like, he was always a constant in my life when I moved up to LA. No.
Oh,
and
okay.
I took him with me to panels on race relations in LA. And he was there with me, and he was like feeling it when women were talking about this this one black activist was talking about like, you know, BLM and all that stuff. He was feeling it when she was talking about
BLM
her.
is Black Lives Matter, for those of you that don't know.
And, you know, which you should know. But
You
he was
should.
really
If
feeling
you
it when
don't
one of them
know,
on the
now you
panel.
know.
Exactly. Was talking about like her experiences and just like the passion she has for the black community and like bringing together blacks,
Right,
Mexicans,
right.
and Latinos. And like he was there for all that. So it's kind of like it's up to what you want to do. Like
Yeah.
I think a lot of times, and this is my major point with this whole thing, is I think a lot of times some women, not all, some women think that they need to hide what they want because it doesn't align well with what a man might want. So they're on a date with the guy and the guy's like, I'm just looking to have a good time. They're like, yeah, me too. But inside they're like, I actually want a relationship. But if they say that, they'll scare him away.
God.
Yeah.
Yes.
And for me, I'm like,
Yes.
fuck him then. Scare him away because he's not for you if he doesn't want what you want.
I think
Be
you're
about
onto
you.
something there. I feel like women, unfortunately, we're so programmed. Like, it's like it's almost programmed as if like we have like a fucking expiration date. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
by the age of 20 something, you should have already gotten married, or at the age of 20 something, like you should already have children. And I feel like we just settle for the fucking nearest pendejo, which means
Pendejo.
dumbass for you non-speaking folk.
On Spanish
And
speaking.
it's like, honestly, like a lot of women fucking settle, and we just like,
oh, this guy seems serious. I'll just go with him.
And it's like we just twist and form, and before you know it, like life happens, and you're like, holy shit, where did the time go? And then it's like, oh my god, like what about me? What about my dreams? And then it's like, and not to hate on women that like are in like a really beautiful partnership with men and like have families, because you know, if that's what you want, by all means, girls, like go for it. Women,
Yeah.
I shouldn't call them girls, women, like go for it. Do your thing, do what you have to do what you want to do. But for those women that simply settle for the first fucking dude out there, let me tell you, there's how many billions of people out there?
7 point
7 billion.
Something,
But
yeah.
how many of those are men?
a lesser amount, but still significant.
At least half. But there's billions of men out there that will, I don't know, like they would just be so honored to have you, you know, on their arm. And I just feel like as women, we're so programmed to be like, fuck, like just fucking find a man and settle down. And it's
Yeah.
like, and as Latinas, you know what I mean? Like we feel that pressure. I know, I don't know about you, but I feel that pressure. Like my grandma's like, like when are you getting married? It's like, I don't know, grandma, like just let me do me. Like, I remember when my dad got married earlier this year, and he was like, when you get married, you're gonna have a beautiful wedding. And I was like, dude, like,
I could have a beautiful life right
just,
now.
just you can throw me a party tomorrow, dog. Like, why I gotta get married? Like, I mean,
Yeah.
and I understand it. Like, of course, like it's every father's dream to like walk his little girl down the
To
aisle,
give his dowry away.
right? But it's like, my dad's very Catholic, and my mom has asked me like, dude, like when are you having, like, I want grandchildren. It's like, oh, sorry, like, but like my parents are like fairly liberal, and they understand, like they kind of understand, kind of not understand what the fuck I'm
Yeah.
doing, but it's just like, women, we have to be okay with the idea that perhaps families and children and all these things, like they don't have to come at age 25 or 28. And we have to not settle for Mr. Right Now, but actually settle for someone that we love and care for.
Right, which isn't settling.
And, but also, do you feel that sometimes the people that we love aren't necessarily the people that are right for us? Because I mean, this just
all the
opens an
time.
entirely can of worms.
Because sometimes you're in love and sometimes you're in lust. I mean, shit, let's talk about that.
And I feel like women sometimes, and I mean, I'll put myself in this category. Like, we fall for this dude that we feel is like amazing and wonderful, and it's like we see all the fucking signs, and we're just like, no, like they'll reach their potential.
He's different.
No, he's different.
Fuck
Like,
that.
oh no, he'll change. Like, and it's like, fuck. Like, no, they don't fucking change. Like, if right now
not at all.
they ain't shit, that means that tomorrow and the next day and the following day and the month and the year
The decade,
and the
perhaps.
years after that, they still ain't gonna be shit. You feel me?
Yes, and it's not even, you know what it is? And it's like, it's not because men...
Can we just clink our glasses,
Okay.
our Diet Coke glasses to that? Because
Chardonnay, don't worry. And it's not because men won't develop, but it's like, It's up to them to develop themselves.
Some men.
But think about it. No. Truly, it is. If a man wants to change, he's going to change because he wants to change. Exactly. It shouldn't be up to a woman.
Exactly.
And I've had it.
And vice versa.
Yes. And I've had a peership, not really relationship, emotional relationship or friendship with someone who like didn't want to be better. And then they wanted me to be the reason why they were better. And I was like, no, I cannot be the reason why.
Yeah, no.
You need to love yourself enough. You need to be enough for yourself to be better and do better and push yourself to the next level. You know? But going back to that, yes, with women, I think a lot of times, sometimes we feel that pressure, some of us, not all of us, feel this pressure to like conform and like, okay, well, this guy wants to take me seriously, so let me take him seriously then. It's like, no, you don't need to you're not being picked like a batch of grapes. Like, you get to pick, you get to be out there, and if a guy's not going to meet you where you want, on to the next one. Don't be afraid to lose them, because you're not really losing what you don't ever have. And we've all had that fuck boy or fuck girl or fuck person, you know, and it works out,
especially if the guy isn't halfway hideous. I feel like women...
any motherfucker that's not ugly is going to think they're the shit. And any fool that's ugly that gets a pretty girl is going to think he deserved it. Okay? So don't do a fool a favor by being with him just because he's ugly.
No.
I've had some ugly guys
women, I feel like as women, we're more likely to conform if a man is good looking.
Oh my God, yes. I've been like... I'm not kidding. He like emotionally bent my arm behind my back before because he was so fine, and I was like, "Oh my God, I just." But he's not a fuckboy. He likes me. Well, he sends me dick pics and just wants to do stuff, and I'm like, "Oh, but he likes me."
No, totally. No, ladies.
But we're not talking about the cute guys. We're talking about the ugly guys.
No.
We didn't go back to the ugly guy.
Okay, so don't conform from the cute fuck boys, but also don't conform from the ugly guys. Well, actually, don't fool yourself by telling yourself, "Oh, I'm not ready." No, it's because that motherfucker's ugly. Basically.
Yes. Or how about this? Don't feel, going back to the original topic of it's because you're ugly, which is, don't let a guy make you feel bad if you're not into him. Because if you're not into him, you're not into him. Enough said. Look, I've had too many homegirls that guys or their homeboys try to guilt you into like, well, that's messed up if you're only into him for the looks, like you're shallow. Like, fool, he's only into you because of the looks originally, and then you had a great personality to go with it.
Yes.
Let's talk about that. Like, chances are homeboy's ugly and you're just not into him. You can't imagine having sex with him, but suddenly it's a problem and you're shallow because why? Because he's ugly and you can't look past that. Like, bitch, he can look past that with you because I bet for a fact that you're not ugly. Girl, I know you're not ugly. And let me
tell you something, girls, for my chubby girls out there, just because he's ugly, it don't mean you got to take him to bed, okay?
True, and because for the not chubby but still kind of thick, because I'm not really thick, but I'm just kind of chunky myself. You still don't gotta take him nowhere.
No, if you're not physically attracted to a guy, you do not have to do shit with him.
And if he buys you a drink, tell him thank you. You ain't gotta give him
exactly. You don't owe the motherfucker a damn thing.
You don't owe anybody anything, actually.
Not even a thank you, actually. Well, actually, you should say thank you.
Polite. A thank you, be a lady. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but don't be that lady.
Yeah, be a lady, but not like a oppressed
woman of the times.
Yes.
No, I mean, you can always be thankful.
Like, don't bake a fucking apple pie for the motherfucker, okay? Just say thank you. And walk
thank
away.
You's enough. A lot of dudes, I know a lot of guys that would be like, I've had a guy stop me in the club and be like, here's like $50 for you and a friend, just buy yourself some drinks.
What?
You don't need to come back. Yeah, I'm telling you. Yvette, you have had a life that is super beige, dude.
I have had a beige life.
Busted ass, bunk ass, trick ass, ugly, bald-headed ass fool. Guys, you're going to ask me for pictures later. We will post them online. Instadar.
We will not. We will not post them online.
We will not post them online. INSTADAR.
I feel like I'm already saying too much with this Diet Coke, but...
Bud Light. We need to get a sponsorship from Bud Light. Come on, somebody help me. Help me, please.
No, could you please not embarrass me by telling me people that I'm drinking Bud Light? Like, it's Diet Coke.
It's wait, natty. What is it? Natty Ice, natural ice, natural light, whatever.
No, it's 311, 411s.
What's that? That shit that
Mad Dog?
Always Mad Dog 2020. Boone's Farm. So no, but again, a lot of times I think us girls, we feel we have to give the guy a chance.
Yes.
Well, I guess he's a nice guy. Look, don't feel
but he bought me like 2 4 Locos. No, I'm sorry, no, 4
Buzzballs,
2 AMFs. Like, those are hella expensive. They're like $15 each. I have to suck his dick.
Fresno aside.
Oh, no, seriously.
Fresno aside, look. If a guy treats you nice,
no, not just Fresno. Also, fucking Saddle Ranch.
Okay, whatever. All busted ass dudes aside. Just because a guy treats you nice, don't make that a plus on his behalf. Because a guy should treat you nice. Okay, so that's not even a plus. So if a guy treats you nice but he's ugly and he's busted and he does all kinds of dumb shit and he doesn't have the right job. I had a guy that was kind of cute who thought he was a shit and he was trying to be an actor in Hollywood. And he was like, why don't you let me love you? Bitch, you gonna pay my bills? What the fuck? Like, I'm trying to go. At the time I was an undergrad, I was hustling my ass off. My mom was living in Section 8. I was working what I could. I had to drive 20 miles a day each way. Like, what the hell am I gonna do with an actor? What the fuck? Like, am I gonna do with that?
And
he wasn't even cute. I was like,
you're gonna be like, dos mujeres.
No, una mujer, and it was too much camino. So I'm gonna kill that right there. But the point of it being, if he's ugly, dude, and you're not into him, or if he's cute and you're just really not into him, like, you're just not into him.
If you're not into him, you're not into him, and you do not need to explain yourself. You just say, you know what, I'm not into you. Point blank.
Yeah.
Although, okay, I'm gonna go really personal here, and I probably shouldn't, but you know what? Fuck it.
Let me get another Bud Light.
This is the Diet Coke, dog. Diet Coke. Oh, our producers. Do you want one, Alex? You want one? Okay.
Oh, you want a Bud Light?
I got you, babe. I got you. No, hold on. This is a Diet Coke, guys. And fucking, oh wait, drink the rest of your wine, dog.
The vino.
What if you genuinely see this average dude? Ugly is such an ugly word. Like, what if they have a good heart, a good looking heart?
I've dated ugly guys with great hearts, and they're sexy to me. Some of them are really sexy, even though they're like kind of ugly or hard in the eyes. I've never dated a fine ass dude that's like, yo, what's up? But I dated some like okay good looking guys, and I dated some ugly guys that I'm like, he has sex appeal. The number one thing is sex appeal. If I'm attracted to you. If I'm not attracted to you, then it doesn't matter. I'm not going to imagine, if I can't imagine us in bed or you naked or me doing anything, like, then it's not going to fly. But there's been some ugly guys that I'm like, I know you're good in bed. I know you're super sexy. You're just kind of ugly. And that's okay. I like a little ugly, as my friend Milana says.
I feel like all of at the time I thought they were like really cute, but looking back at it, I'm like, oh, like,
my butt's too flat to look back at.
I feel no, you.
I need to squats again, but go on.
Like my friend Kayla, we used to work at KPCC together, and the homeless people. She's a white girl. Disclaimer. And the homeless people used to be like, ooh, you kind of thick for a white girl, and I was like, shut the fuck up. They did not tell you that. Anyway, you're not white, but
I can't.
You definitely have an ass. Anyway,
oh my god, I can't even.
Oh my god, I can't even. No, what was I saying?
Oh, you're talking about ugly dudes.
Oh, ugly dudes. Yeah, I feel like all of my ex-boyfriends have been like
ugly.
No, like okay, like at the time I was like,
Alex knows.
Like oh my gosh, like they're so good. Like okay, my very first serious boyfriend, he's amazing, and I'm still friends with him now.
In love.
And like he's no, I'm not in love. No, I'm not in love by any means. But like he was really, really nice, like salt of the earth. So he lives in Fresno.
Salt of the earth, for anyone who doesn't speak Ivette, it means a great person, like purity in its best form, a good
like
soft-hearted.
Salty like the ocean.
Yeah.
Like a good salty, not like a bad salty.
Not like a basketball wife salty.
No, definitely not.
Okay, go on.
And then like the very first guy that I was like really into, that I was like, oh my god, like literally it was like Grease when Sandy and Danny are at the
Zuko.
beach. Yeah, they're like, love is splendid. You know that that scene at the beach.
Summer night.
Yes. So beloved happens over. Yeah. No. Like that for me was when I got my very first job in LA in sports production. And this guy, oh my fucking god. Like the first time that I saw him, I was like, holy shit. Like
he's hot.
He is so cute. Like he's awesome, and he's like a cameraman, and like he is amazing. Oh my god.
You drank the Hollywood Kool-Aid.
I did. I was like 19 and impressionable.
Yeah.
And we ended up dating for a second, and I was like, oh my god, like, Jesus Christ, like, this man is amazing. And he was 10 years my elder, and it just didn't work out. Yeah, it was just...
You're already too far ahead.
Yeah. No, but he was amazing. No, he was amazing. But then shortly after, I started dating my ex-boyfriend.
Unfortunately.
But
let's keep it real here. And there's a chance he will be listening. And there's a chance we know he's bald-headed and ugly. Let's keep it real. He's probably snooping in a minute. So, hey there, buddy. Bye.
It's okay. He may. Yeah. Anyway.
We'll talk about that one later. We'll give him a shout out later.
Okay. Shout
on the
out.
Chronic
shout
channel.
Out. No. Shout out to my unlovely ex-boyfriend. No, but
you still owe some months of rent, homeboy. You better Western Union that bitch back, okay?
Stop.
Bitch better have my money.
Okay, calm down, Riri. No, but seriously, like at the time, like you're thinking about it and you're like, holy shit, like they're so cute, like they're really good looking, and you're like head over heels, and you're like, oh
sexy,
my God,
sexy,
like,
you're in lust.
how could this happen? And now I look back and I'm like,
Ew.
what the fuck was I thinking? Like, did I have a fucking like aneurysm? And I mean, it's not like
no.
And okay, my ex-boyfriend, piece of shit, but like the other two, like fine,
Salt
like
of the earth.
no, like they're fine, they're lovely people, but like now I'm like,
Ew.
I don't know if I've just like outgrown these people, but I'm just like, oh
no,
my
men have
God.
a way of making themselves transform from Dr. Jekyll to Mr. Hyde.
My first boyfriend though, I will say this, amazing human being, like he's probably one of the nicest, most humblest, like one of the most hardworking people I've ever met in my entire life. Like I can't talk shit on him. But the second dude, totally a fuck boy. I'm still friends with him on Facebook. He might. I don't know if he will listen to this. Probably not. I'm so sorry if you are.
But don't be sorry. Don't be apologetic for the space you take up. Okay.
Totally. I'm not. Okay, I take it back. I'm not sorry. But it's like we as women, like we have to realize like what is good right now might not be good for us later.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
And sometimes what we want right now isn't what we need.
And I just wish that like somehow we could gauge that. You know what I mean? Like I wish that there could be a way where we were like, oh shit, like.
But you know what it is? I think we are given the ability through women's intuition, but society teaches us to like ignore
suppress
that.
It.
To suppress it. Yes. To suppress it and to be like ignoring of it and just not thinking about it again or doubting it.
Yeah.
You know, when it's like, and then you look back on stuff and you're like, damn, I knew, or I had thoughts, or I had a feeling, but you're like, why did I ignore it? And like, what was me? Or like, it's all my fault. But it's like, no, it's not your fault. It's like, you know, society you operate in it wants to oppress you. It wants to mansplain you everything.
That's what you have to womansplain to yourself. And in our defense, if you can even call it a defense, we as women, I honestly do feel, and I was actually talking to one of our classmates about this just yesterday with Alex in the car. As women, there's a reason why that saying exists. Like behind every strong man is
an even stronger woman.
Yeah, but it's honestly the fucking truth, because men really do need women to survive. Like men without a woman, it just doesn't happen.
An empty carcass, if you will. No, I'm kidding.
No, but honestly, like it sounds almost cliched, but it is so true.
Well, there was a saying that I saw on Instagram, and I'm sorry for not crediting the person that posted it, but it was like something along the lines of like, toxic masculinity, misogyny will hollow out a man who then relies on a woman to fill them back up again.
Yeah, totally.
Because
I
the
totally
society
agree.
will oppress men and make it toxic and have that toxic masculinity where they can't have feelings and they can't do this, and they're like in depressions, and they're in like, you know, on the verge of suicide and all that stuff. And like then there's a woman that saves them because, you know, women are allowed to have those emotions to some degree, you know. So I think it's a matter of you know, we're kind of tasked with that duty. But I say, like, dude, it's not even about the woman or the man helping you. It's like, you got to do it for yourself in the sense, like,
totally.
If you are aware enough to fight against that systematic oppression and that systematic, like, toxic masculinity.
And as a woman, you have to understand that it is not your job to either settle or save a man. It is your job to live your life to the fullest it can be. And if a man keeps up, fine. And if he doesn't, he doesn't.
Yeah, and that's fine.
And we're just so like, and for a woman to think that and to express that, it's just so foreign. And it's like, oh well, she's just a fucking bitch.
Yeah,
or
and
she's just selfish.
Let's keep it real here. It can be very dangerous for a woman to express herself. Like, we're not above being killed for saying no. Yeah, you know, for being shot at for rejecting a man. Yeah, you know, but it's this every day that women are like taking charge and being like, you know, this is exactly how I feel. I'm gonna be true to myself. Yeah, from, you know. Totally. A to Z, that we're starting to make progress.
I totally agree. And I think that as women, I don't remember what I was saying about my ex-boyfriend. defense, but I had another
It's
point.
not important.
No. I was gonna say something, but I totally forgot what I was gonna say. But ladies, our self-worth, basically what Darlene and I are trying to define here tonight, is that our self-worth is never defined based on what others think of us, let alone a man. And I think that life is what we internally put out there, and how passionately we live our lives, and how intensely and how
Honestly and authentically. Authentically.
And I think as long as we remember that, as long as we remember to make ourselves happy first, everything else just falls into place. Fuck, I sound like a fucking like self-help book or like Oprah or something. Yeah. But honestly, like...
But going back to that, it's the same thing. The main topic of this was, it's because you're ugly. And it's true. It's like, look, if you're not into a dude or a girl because of their whatever attraction and all that stuff.
Same thing for a dude with a girl.
If you're not into somebody, you're not into them. Don't let anyone shame you into thinking that you're shallow or
that you're an asshole.
You're an asshole because you're like, I'm just not into them. Yeah. You know, now it'd be a problem if you weren't into them because they weren't a 10.
Yeah.
But if you're like, look, I'm not into them, it's not coming out of the heart. You can't force water out of a rock.
Yeah.
You know, like my mom says, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink.
And don't fool yourself and don't say, oh, it's because I'm not ready. It's just because they're ugly.
Amen to that.
At any rate, guys. So Darlene and I are going to be here every now and then. So please, if you have any episode ideas, if there's anything that you want us to talk about, if you have shit that's on your mind that you're like, yo, Dar, Yvette, I want your advice on shit.
Yeah.
Hit us up, please.
Can you womansplain this to me?
Yes.
And we will try to womansplain this to you.
Absolutely. We can do it in Spanish or in English.
Oh, in Peruvian, in Mexicano,
Salvadorian,
like
too.
Salvadorian. Shout out to our producer, who's Salvi.
Get us on the Instagram too, or Twitter.
Yeah,
at Instadar, Instadar.
Yeah, mine is at Ivette, Ivettiee. That's 3 E's.
E3. Out of control.
No, but honestly, this has been so much fun. This has been a long time coming. Instadar, mad love for you, dog.
Love you too.
Let's keep drinking
shout
these.
Shout out to Alex.
Shout
we'll
out
keep
to our producer.
womansplaining stuff.
Yeah. And remember, ladies, if he ain't cute, don't force it. If you're not into it, you're just not into it.
And you know what? It's not because he's a jerk, or it's not because there's a friend zone. It's because he's fucking ugly.
Oh, and with that, we leave you. Have an amazing rest of your day.
Bye.
Ciao.